Some noise, y'all.
On everything I own. And when I get my Jeep, I'm putting breed on the chrome. Shine it up good. Kicking through my neighborhood. Motorola phone, fat rims, and a Kenwood. Put the kid around it. And then I'll have it.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Let's go. We all placed on this planet with a purpose. Grew up in environments that help or hurt us, but there's a system put in place that's designed to try and shape how we all think, and it's put together perfect. From a race to a face, they define what it takes to just break out these bars that they make and they place. And I'm tired of the way that they treat what they ain't. Cause even though we different, we could try and relate. Put away the lies, people who colonize. We could see all the hate deep inside of your eyes. What you done to black lives is like genocide. Made them suffer for your land. Then you try and hide what you did in your schools. You got these kids fooled. To build a better world, we're gonna need the proper tools. And they do this all in the name of freedom. Well, let it rain, but I won't believe them. Because this world is more than hours. From the flowers to trees, birds and the bees. Life trying to live, we all trying to breathe. When we realize we are one, we can wake up in the sea.
It started for me when I first heard BDP. My philosophy, all the simple poetry, funk sample on the rhythm and on the melody. Looping affirmation about thinking deeply. It taught me ancestors could be reached by digging in crates. It taught me hold my head up high cause I too could be great. It had the music and the message that the mainstream don't value. And MC is a kid and the DJ is too. I'm like a hip hop song, like my name is Applebaum. Through me, all ancestral knowledge is on. I can dig rapping cause that's what James Brown said. Astro Major cause Sun Ra got stuck in my head. I'm one of those black bodies like from the diagram. They call me a star but that's not what I am. Y'all couldn't see me through a 10mm eyepiece, and in this whole country, my light must be blinding. I still put on that BDP whenever I get lonely. In classrooms that's so white and cold, you think that it was snowy, but I can never be alone as soon as I start flowing. I hope a black is expression, so don't to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. When talking to the race, somebody put it in the first place. But I don't give a care, cause I focus on the stage. Colors on the face and the human nature I separate till the raise the base. A label with China made. I'm respectful without any political crap. My attitude I've used all this bar like that. The words like hip hop including different type beat. I say proudly my type is called Chinese. My word is wrong， 根本在这里唱特别的方式，看我的样子总会让你们感觉到慌。I rap in my mother tongue, lay all the haters down. Spread my culture, I make it here a Chinatown. Yo, the 40th is just a reminder. We talking is from New York, but the name is from China. I battle in underground, they call me Battle King. Shout out to MC Jin, we share a yellow skin. What's up?
Yeah. Erase, shoulder shrug it off my plate. The fact that this weighs on me for days and impacts them barely anyway. Because once they yell it's over, they can move on. Prove to us all that it's out of their system, right? In the moment or wrong. After it doesn't matter, but I'm still reeling, I'm still stinging. I don't want to live stuck here in these feelings. I don't want to feel them for what they're worth. Because this is real raw pain and hurt, and I wouldn't wish it on the worst of the worst. So I want these words to be heard. Because no one should have to live like this. The same trope a million times, not for the growth that I've learned or the emotional awareness that I have earned, for the concerns and worries that burn me to a quick that leave me gasping for oxygen that isn't there. And now on instinct I must beware of how I might be drawn like a moth to a flame, attracted to fighting because I know how to take the blame. What is comfortable when that's all you've ever known?
Hey, yeah. What's good, y'all? Hey, let's go. Yeah, corporate searching for my halo, they can't find it. I still pray though, it makes sense. Lighting incense, claiming innocence like I'm marrying the dope boy for bread, but he can't know They don't know that I know this is a tunnel to oppression. If they had the upper hand, KC would be stressing, but I have a clear view. Now my vision not blurry. I know you see my glasses is the metaphor working. Street professor, I got a confession. Mixed with black and white, I've heard microaggressions since I was 11, or maybe it was 7. The same time my dad was taken from my heaven. I wonder if the judge thought of my brethren the same offense, but the years much lesser for someone more fair skin. You ask, is it really that apparent? What? Is it really that apparent? Yeah, is it really that apparent? What? I might be oversharing, but yes, it's that apparent.
I swear it's not coincidental how I kill these instrumentals. It's just rapping fundamentals. Man, I swear it's in my mental. Guess my thoughts is like a pencil. I flow like I spit a vessel. I do it for the people, never did it for a medal. Yeah, I am a rebel. Coming from the DETROIT, that rose that bloom from the concrete. It's more soul with the lyrical flavor, and I'm not trying to fit in, so I don't need me a tailor. I just need me a beat, so I can go Super Saiyan. So I go to the lab, and I lay down a track, and write lyrical gold with my pen and my pad. I am a hip-hop tutor. My mind is like a computer, so take a seat, listen up, and hold me eyes through your other rappers are lame. I am the voice of the game. Hip-hop's been captured, and it's time to get saved. But instead of a cape and some tights, all I need is my voice in the mic. Yeah, I am a microphone fiend, a hip-hop poet. I'm just trying to lead my people to freedom like I'm Moses. And no, I'm not a prophet, B. I'm just a young black man with a philosophy trying to strengthen equality. Blue fight, you know.
Thank you to all the MCs. Make some noise for all the MCs in the cypher, y'all. Now, I would like to invite to the stage Tabby Chavis, Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer. Welcome to the stage.
How's everybody doing tonight? I'd like to welcome to the stage the lyrically acclaimed. I like this young.
Good morning, everyone. Woo! I'm Tabby Chavis, Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer here at the University of Michigan. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this year's Community Assembly, which serves as a kickoff to our annual DEI Summit. Before I begin, let's take a moment to give our student performances and our DJ another round of applause. They're amazing. Woo. The talent. Before we move into our planned program, I'd like to take a moment of reflection and acknowledgement of the pain and loss that many of our community members are experiencing given the recent and ongoing violence in Israel, resulting in many hundreds of civilian deaths and injuries of thousands more in Israel and Gaza. I share the hope of many for movement toward ceasefire and de-escalation in the region. I also hope that here at Michigan, we can model our values of diversity, equity, and inclusion and human dignity by showing compassion for our students, staff, and faculty from diverse Jewish and Palestinian communities who may be directly or indirectly impacted, and encourage any community member to make use of the numerous available resources here to support your well-being in this trying time. At U of M, we are one community made up of diverse communities. All are valuable and contribute to our strength. How we as a campus are responsive to our own communities and how we respond to each other in the face of challenge and pain can be a model and inspiration for higher education and for the world. Again, my heart is with our community members and their families and their loved ones whose lives have been greatly affected. Today is a milestone moment for our university. In 2016, our campus's first DEI strategic plan was an unprecedented, ambitious, and innovative approach in higher education. We invited and engaged every school, college, and campus unit in developing plans tailored to their missions and functions, supported by a central plan and set of supportive resources. This approach was essential to our objective of cultural transformation, That is, advancing the values of DE&I as part of our standard operating practices, infused through all areas and functions of our campus community. Why this approach? Because we understand from a now extensive body of research and scholarship and through our own experience that diversity, equity, and inclusion are essential conditions for achieving academic excellence. From 2017 through 2021, a period that we now call DEI 1.0, we launched a strategic plan and a comprehensive evaluation as a community, showing real differences in our campus diversity and progress toward more inclusive and equitable environments. We learned so much about our strengths, the value of learning from our past, and where we need to focus more for even greater impact, to make a great institution even better. This is why today is such an exciting moment. Following our initial 5-year DEI strategic plan, it would have been easy to feel satisfied with what were considerable achievements and say, look how far we've come, and stop there. But we have not done that because we know there is still much more to do. Our progress only fueled and raised our expectations and our aspirations for the type of campus we can be and the type of cultural change we can make. And we know persistence is key, as progress is rarely easy or linear. And that is what today is all about. It is a moment to celebrate the launch of our second 5-year DEI strategic plan, more affectionately known as DEI 2.0, and affirm our unwavering commitment to this essential journey. As I reflect on our DEI journey to this moment, I'm immensely proud of our achievements due to the university community's dedication, decades of student activism, and long-time strategic thought and efforts from our student, faculty, staff, and alumni communities. These efforts have pushed our university to uphold the ideals and commitments and not become complacent. They also ensure that our work in DEI 2.0 will be values-driven and evidence-informed. This means telling our truth and our story through including the voices and lived experiences of our community members, and using multiple forms of data to interrogate and disrupt patterns of disparities and inequalities in access or in pathways to growth and success. Our commitment to truth-telling in our DEI work strongly aligns with the theme of today's Community Assembly, truth-telling, the kinship of critical race theory and hip-hop. This theme highlights the pivotal role of storytelling in the development and application of critical race theory, or CRT, as a scholarly and legal framework, and of hip-hop as a social and cultural movement. Today's event and our featured guests highlight the interconnection of these two areas and their immense societal and cultural impacts across diverse racial, social, political, and economic contexts. In addition to our community assembly, I highlight several significant events over the coming weeks. Today, from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Regents Plaza and LSA Atrium, we will be hosting our community open house to celebrate the launch of DEI 2.0. Bring your jackets. On Wednesday, October 18th, from 3 to 4:30 p.m. in the Michigan League Ballroom, we will be hosting a DEI 2.0 plan information session. This event will provide an overview of our DEI strategic plan and our corresponding website. I'm also thrilled to announce 2 exciting student-centered opportunities in October. This past spring, we launched the DEI Summit Student Organization Grant. We received 60 outstanding proposals from undergrad and graduate students focused on actionable ideas for fostering greater student engagement with our DEI efforts on campus. Of these proposals, 13 were awarded funding and will be showcased throughout this month. Also, from October 11th through 27th, the Shapiro Undergraduate Library is hosting an exhibition of student submissions for the James S. Jackson Art and Design Competition, which celebrates the contributions of diversity scholarship to society. At the artist reception at Shapiro on October 19th, students will share their inspirations for their works of art, and the winning designs will be revealed. Look for more information about these events that showcase our multi-talented students. Now, I know you're all eager to hear from our speakers, so to keep it moving, I now welcome Josephine Conti, an undergraduate neuroscience student here at the University of Michigan, who will read our land acknowledgement statement.
The ladies will kick it, the rhyme it is wicked. Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman could bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme. Can you relate?
Thank you for the introduction and this opportunity. Hello, my name is Josephine Conti of the Cherokee Nation, and I am one of the co-chairs of the Native American Student Association here at the University of Michigan. I was invited to give the land acknowledgement today for the 2023 DEI Summit. The University of Michigan is located on the territory of the Anishinaabe people. The Ann Arbor campus currently resides on land ceded through the Treaty of Detroit in 1807. Additionally, in 1817, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations made the single largest land transfer to the University of Michigan ceded through the Treaty of Fort Meigs, with the hope that their children could be educated. However, the University of Michigan would not have a Native student enrolled for approximately the next 100 years. We acknowledge the sovereignty of tribal lands and the painful history of genocide, forced assimilation, and displacement of Native communities that facilitated the establishment of this very university. We affirm contemporary and ancestral Anishinaabeg ties to this land, the profound contributions of Native Americans to this institution, and the university's commitment to educate the children of Native ancestors. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Indigenous Peoples Day is a day that honors the past, the present, and the futures of Native Americans. Today recognizes the legacy and impact of colonialism on Native communities and celebrates the resilience of Native Americans. We are not invisible. We are not footnotes in history. We are still here, and we aren't going anywhere. So please take a few minutes today to learn how to support and uplift the Native communities around you. Lastly, the Native American Student Association is proud to be celebrating the 50th annual Dance for Mother Earth powwow this spring, which we genuinely hope will be held here on campus. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Josephine, for sharing this acknowledgement and recognition of our history as a university. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome the Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Michigan, Dr. Lori McCauley. Dr. McCauley joined U of M as an assistant professor of dentistry in 1992 and holds 4 degrees from The Ohio State University. Bachelor of Science in Information, Doctor of Dental Surgery, Master of Science in Dentistry, and PhD in Veterinary Pathology. As Provost, Dr. McCauley oversees the academic and budgetary affairs of the university, works closely with our academic leaders and the President's leadership team to ensure that our academic programs have financial support that maintains excellence, encourages innovation, and enhances student success. Prior to her appointment as provost, Dr. McCauley served as the dean of our School of Dentistry and is currently the William K. and Mary Ann Najjar Professor of Periodontics in the School of Dentistry and Professor of Pathology in the Medical School. Of importance today, Provost McCauley has been a critical leader and partner in our campus DEI efforts, working to infuse the value of DEI across the priorities and functions of the Provost Office, and she has been a valuable partner to me in our DEI leadership community. Without further ado, Dr. Lori McCauley.
Go, 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 and on the count of 3, go, 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 go.
Thank you, Vice Provost Chavis, and with that introduction, let me say go blue. Tabby, under your leadership, our DEI programming at the university has been marked by an uncommon vigor, and for that, I'm grateful. DEI involves hard conversations and challenging the status quo. But as this event makes clear, it's also about stoking a passion for justice through the arts. It's about reckoning with our history, but it's also about the wonder and variety that enriches everyone in a truly inclusive culture. Tabby, thank you and your team for leading this crucial work with such a steady yet buoyant spirit. As provost, I serve as the Chief Academic and Budget Officer, and our office ensures that our academic enterprise and our budgetary resources are working in harmony to accomplish the university's mission. In that regard, I'm truly excited to support the work of our DEI 2.0 plan. It's been striking to watch the evolution of DEI since I arrived at the university. I began teaching here a long time ago, about 8 years before David Banner released Them Firewater Boys, Volume 1, his landmark debut. The university was committed to DEI values then, but not all our well-intended conversations materialized into action. We are very fortunate to live in an era now where we can feel a robust momentum and, most importantly, experience our institutional will. That will to make campus and the world a more just and equitable place is fierce, and our work vigorous and evidenced with tangible action. For example, we're hard at work operationalizing our academic student success initiative designed to boost graduation rates among minoritized student cohorts. Our ongoing anti-racism hiring initiative acts as a pipeline to onboard tenure-track faculty doing racial justice work and connect them across disciplines. And the National Institutes of Health and our university have jointly invested in the Michigan Program for Advancing Cultural Transformation, or MPACT. The program will recruit and support 30 new faculty members as part of a nationwide effort to enhance inclusion and equity across the biomedical and health sciences community. And of course, we're excited for the launch of DEI 2.0. Our DEI 1.0 strategic plan was promising and served as a critical foundation, yet also a blueprint for us to refine with the help of our community. I'm so thrilled to be here today with you, our community, to usher in the next chapter of this vitally needed work. It is now my pleasure to introduce a leader who has lived the values we are here to celebrate throughout his career. University of Michigan President, Santa J. Ono.
Good morning. I hope you're doing really well. It's really great to see all of you here with us. This is going to be an amazing program. Thank you so much. Let's hear for Provost McCauley. I so appreciate Provost McCauley's partnership in the leadership team, especially in the critical issues that we're going to be addressing today. I'd also like to echo your thanks, Vice Provost Tabby Chavez. In addition to her fantastic work as our Chief Diversity Officer, she is a trusted friend and counselor to me. Her scholarship and leadership have had a profound impact and are making us a more connected, more equitable, and a more exceptional university. Let's hear it for Tabby Chavez. All of us remain steadfast in our commitment to fostering a diverse educational environment for our students and scholars, for doing so is essential to achieving our core mission of academic excellence. We are dedicated to DEI, for it fosters the exchange and development of ideas. It promotes understanding across different identities, dispels racial stereotypes, and prepares our students to be leaders in the global marketplace of ideas in an increasingly multicultural society. So while we are facing challenges today, as we have over history, such as the Supreme Court's ruling on affirmative action this past June, we will persist here at the University of Michigan, learning and building on our progress, striving to live up to our ideals of a broadly diverse learning community. That's why I'm so excited to see the launch of DEI 2.0. Through DEI 2.0, we will continue to leverage innovative strategies and lessons learned from DEI 1.0, extending our reach and further engaging students, staff, and faculty, not only here, but across the sector and our broader community. It is critical that we do so, for leaders around the country are looking to the University of Michigan for solutions, and we can show them a better way. We can demonstrate how we are pursuing our goals of diversity and excellence through a multifaceted approach, including a holistic application review process, our Wolverine Pathways program, and our Center for Educational Outreach, and a year-round recruiting and outreach campaign for exceptional students from across the country, no matter their race, color, or creed. Yet leadership in this area, as in so many others, is a choice, and it is one we must make every single day, and one we must commit to with perseverance and dedication and passion. We must sustain our vigilance in developing a diverse community of students, staff, and faculty. And to that end, I'd like to thank our DEI advocates and leads for their steadfast work and support of our efforts. Let's hear it for them. Many of you are in the audience. You are truly the ones who, each day, dedicate yourselves to making our goals and aspirations a reality. So thank you on behalf of the entire university. And again, thank all of you for joining us today, either here in this hall, or sorry about that, or by live stream. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague and friend, Dr. Katrina Wade Golden, our Associate Vice Provost, Deputy Chief Diversity Officer, and Director of Implementation for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Strategic Plan, even as she has been integral to our DEI progress in the past. She will be indispensable for our DEI leadership well into the future. Thank you again, and have a great day.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it.
Thank you so much. And thank you, President Ono, for that very warm introduction. It is a great day, Michigan. And it's truly an honor to be here with all of you. Before I go any further, I want to highlight two important ways that you can further engage with the launch of our DEI 2.0 today. Some of you may have engaged with the posters in the atrium that share highlights from many of the unit-level DEI 2.0 plans. If you did not, you'll have an opportunity to do so at the event this afternoon as we mark the launch of DEI 2.0. While a broader list of thank yous will be extended later in the program, I want to stop and take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my incredible team behind the scenes, our DEI Strategic Plan core team. They work tirelessly to plan, coordinate, and execute our events for today. Your dedication has been instrumental in making the summit a resounding success. I also want to express my thanks to the numerous individuals whose contributions, big and small, played a vital role in ensuring the success of the summit. I'm excited to share with you how today's theme is coming to life on the stage today. With hip-hop celebrating its 50th anniversary, we're embracing its rich culture in its entirety. Hip-hop is not just a genre of music. It's a vibrant culture with 5 key elements: let me take a quick moment to highlight how we've incorporated these elements into our event today. First, emceeing. Our student hip-hop cypher showcased the incredible talent and creativity of our students who have taken the stage and used their voices to express truths through rhythm and rhyme. Second, DJing. We've got a true master of the turntables here today. University of Michigan alumnus Jamal Bufford, who's been setting the musical tone for the event today. Third, knowledge. Our esteemed panel, which you'll hear from shortly, brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the discussion. They are scholars and thinkers who will help us understand the critical intersections of critical race theory in hip hop. Fourth, graffiti. This element is brought to life in a very unique way. Dr. Craig Wilkins, an associate professor of architecture in the Tallman College of Architecture and Urban Planning, has envisioned a hip hop park on the near south side of Chicago. The watercolor drawing of the hip hop elevation you see as our stage design and on the screen is a visualization of this hip hop park. Additionally, on screen are other renderings of the proposed space. This space is not just a design, it's a canvas for hip hop culture, providing a place for performers, graffiti, artwork, and a vibrant community market. And fifth is breakdancing. Our next performance is by the University of Michigan's very own breakdancing club, Element One. They're not just dancers, they're storytellers through movement, and they embody the friendship and leadership that hip-hop culture fosters. So as we gather here today, remember that hip-hop is more than just music. It's a powerful vehicle for truth-telling, expression, and empowerment. With that, I invite you to immerse yourself in today's events, and let's embrace the kinship of critical race theory and hip-hop and explore the truths they reveal together. Thank you, and please join me in welcoming Element One to the stage.
Yeah, that's the joint. That's the joint. That's the jam. Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. I wish I was like 6'9" so I can get with Leoshi, cause she don't know me, but yo, she's really fine. You know, I see her all the time, everywhere I go, and even in my dreams, I can scheme a way to make her mine. Cause I know she's living fat, her boyfriend's tall, and he plays ball, so how am I gonna compete with that? Cause when it comes to playing basketball, I'm always last to be picked, and in some cases never picked at all. So I just lean up on the wall, or sit up in the bleachers with the rest of the girls who came to watch they man ball. Dag y'all, I never understood black, why the jocks get the fly girls, and me I get the hood rats. I tell them scat, skittles, kabobble. Got hit with a bottle and put in a hospital for talking that mess. I confess it's a shame when you living in a city that's the size of a box and nobody knows your name. Glad I came to my senses, like quick, got sick to my stomach, overcoming my thoughts of me and her together, right? So when I asked her out, she said I wasn't a type. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat.
Gotta get it, homie, gotta move it. If you gon' do it, then 他にの次 Yeah, everybody just talk, nobody really do it なんならやるまでしとけよ秘密に誰かと確認なんて不要自分のジャッジだけで break the walls ド派手な fake やろうより cool に low に prove the wrong I'm keeping up fight in my life Cause my life is living for love I won't give it up fight in my life Standing off and move on time Tokyo freeze and going to light your feelings When times get tough Oh yeah Now they're fading Going to light your feelings There's no time
for that electrifying performance. You set the stage on fire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the only thing standing between you and the main segment of our program, the panel discussion and the live performance afterwards, so I'm going to get out y'all's way. So I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer, as I know you're eagerly anticipating the conversation. So allow me to introduce our esteemed moderator and panelists who will be sharing their insight on today's theme, truth-telling, the kinship of critical race theory and hip-hop. Our moderator, Dr. Antonio C. Kyler, is a distinguished professor of music and entrepreneurship and leadership in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance right here at the University of Michigan. Yes. It's worth highlighting that he's one of several faculty members that have joined our faculty as part of the Provost's Anti-Racism Hiring Initiative, underscoring his dedication to promoting DEI within our institution. Now let's introduce our panelists. Andre Douglas Pond Cummings is the Associate Dean for Faculty Development and the Charles C. Baum Professor of Law at the University of Arkansas Little Rock William H. Bowen School of Law. His extensive experience in law, business, entertainment, and racial and social justice will undoubtedly provide valuable perspectives for our discussion. David Banner, a Grammy Award-winning music producer, recording artist, and activist, brings a unique blend of talent and advocacy to our panel. His work in music and film, along with his passionate voice in addressing social injustices, makes him a compelling contributor to our conversation. Rhapsody, a phenomenal artist known for her intricate and thought-provoking lyrics, is here to share her experiences and insights from the world of hip-hop. Her contributions to music and her dedication to empowering Black women are truly inspiring. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you to our panelists for joining us for this important discussion. To formally bring our panelists onto the stage, I'll now turn it over to our fantastic DJ, who will announce them one by one. DJ, take it away.
I sit alone in my four-cornered room.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage our moderator, Professor Antonio C. Kyler.
I toss and turn, candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned.
Please welcome to the stage Professor Andre Douglas Pond Cummings.
I ain't living right, but I ain't going out without a fight. See, every time my eyes close, I start sweating and blood starts coming out.
Please welcome to the stage David Banner.
But I don't know who it is, so I'm watching my back. I can see him when I'm deep in the covers. When I awake, I hear a car burning rubber.
Finally, last but certainly not least, please welcome to the stage Rhapsody.
Some might say take a chill beat, but I can't, G, because there's somebody trying to kill me. I'm popping in the grip.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I love that response. Welcome. I'm so excited about the discussion we're going to have this morning. But to start, just to make sure we all have a shared understanding of critical race theory and what it actually is, we're going to play a clip of Kimberly Crenshaw speaking about the theory. Please roll the video.
What we think about as just there, just the natural circumstances of race in this country, are never just there. They have been produced. Race has been so formally and fully structured into our society. The problem isn't in the people. The problem is in the institutions. It's not the people who need to be repaired. It's our society that needs to be repaired. So that's what critical race theory is. It's that prism, it's that tool, it's that little archaeological toolkit that allows you to dig underneath what looks like it's just there to see how it's built on an infrastructure of white supremacy that can be dismantled if we're able to see it clearly.
Today, we're exploring the intersection of critical race theory and hip hop. In the video we just watched, Kimberly Crenshaw, who is widely credited with developing critical race theory with her Harvard Law School professor, Derek Bell, and other scholars, gave a brief synopsis of what the term means. Professor Cummings, can you further expound on the key principles of CRT and how you perceive the similarities between the founding of CRT and the emergence of hip hop in the 1970s? Are there shared goals or ideologies that have driven both movements? How can these two movements complement and collaborate with each other in the ongoing fight for racial equity?
Thank you for that question. I'm delighted to be here today at the University of Michigan, and I want to acknowledge President Ono, Vice Provost Chavis, Katrina Wade Golden, and Tyne Lucas, because I think it's important to note that this event would not be welcomed at many universities in the United States. So congratulations to the University of Michigan. I'm also very grateful that we started with the magisterial Kimberly Crenshaw, the godmother of critical race theory, together with the godfather Derek Bell, who developed this very interesting academic, crucial, and critical examination of the history of racism in the United States. What I would like to add to what Professor Crenshaw suggested is that critical race theory recognizes that race is an immutable, fundamental reality of everyday life in the United States. In addition, structural racism, critical race theory recognizes that structural racism inhabits the institutions, structures, processes, and the law throughout all of the processes in the United States based on the fundamental foundation of white supremacy. Critical race theory also recognizes the faces at the bottom of the well. That comes straight out of Derek Bell's mouth. The laws in the United States and institutions and processes have always been developed from the top down, from a white elite male perspective, never recognizing those at the bottom or even acknowledging the importance of their perspectives. Critical race theory also describes interest convergence, which is the idea that progress or rights will never truly be taken from the hands of the white privileged elite unless, in giving rights to black and brown Americans, it converges with the interests of those white individuals. And then finally, critical race theory is rooted in narrative storytelling as a rhetorical tool, as a way of describing the content and life in the United States of America. In many ways, critical race theory is a true historical realism from the perspective of those at the bottom. Now, if any of this sounds familiar, narrative storytelling, faces at the bottom of the well, and perspective, that's because critical race theory shares an interesting convergence with hip-hop. Hip-hop at its root is narrative, storytelling. I'm delighted to share the stage today with two storytellers, David Banner and Rhapsody, who use rap to tell their truths in a narrative storytelling fashion. Hip-hop also represents the quintessential recognition of the faces at the bottom of the well. If you think about some of the rap pioneers, Roxanne Shante, NWA, including Dre, Easy, Ren, Cube, and Yella, all the way up through today with Cardi B, Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and others. Every one of these individuals started at the bottom, in poverty, with nothing, in the dirt, in the words of Meek Mill and Justin Timberlake. If you think about it, hip-hop has truly risen to global dominance from nothing, quintessentially paying attention to those faces at the bottom of the well. And then finally, hip-hop also, like critical race theory, seeks to tear down structural racism that crushes black and brown Americans, particularly through the forms of law enforcement abuse, mass incarceration, corporate exploitation, and childhood trauma. Now, I wanted to spend a moment talking about the critical race theory backlash that Professor Antonio just asked about. Why in 2023 is it a lightning rod? Why are governors, legislators, school boards trying to ban critical race theory. I think it's very important to note right from the jump that not a single person seeking to ban critical race theory truly knows what it is. Setting up critical race theory as an anti-woke straw man that's pervading the lives of children in schools in a truly false narrative that doesn't speak to the reality of what critical race theory is. In the words, I brought this so I could actually quote the words of Southern legislators in describing critical race theory. This is an Alabama elected official who says, critical race theory, quote, teaches that certain children are inherently bad people because of the color of their skin. This is a legislator from Florida who specifically remarked, quote, the story of our nation is under attack as the radical left continues to attempt to rewrite American history and categorize our citizens into an oppressor and oppressed class, close quote. Does that sound like anything Kimberly Crenshaw said? Does that sound like anything I described as what critical race theory is or stands for? And why in 2023 are legislators, governors, school boards trying to ban critical race theory? In a true historical realism, after the summer of protests, after George Floyd was murdered in 2020, it seemed like true progress, real racial progress was afoot, that we would really change policing, that we would really change legislation. And then suddenly, a critical race theory backlash, drawing attention, focusing attention on something that's fake when we had a chance to make true progress. Now, I wanted to finish my response in a true hip-hop, and no, I'm not going to rap. I'll leave that to the professionals. I wanted to conclude that response by engaging in narrative storytelling. I grew up in Los Angeles, California, in an area called the Shoestring Strip. That Shoestring Strip in California is a narrow strip of land. You can see it on this slide. If you look for the narrow strip of land between LA and the San Pedro Harbor, I grew up in that strip of land flanked on the west by Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, and Redondo Beach, flanked on the right by Carson, Compton, and Long Beach. Those hip-hop aficionados in the crowd know that that's the birthplace of West Coast hip-hop, Compton, Carson, Long Beach. I had two groups of friends in my high school. One group of friends were a group of surfers. My other group of friends that I grew up with in Los Angeles were, for lack of a better term, gangsters. And you probably recognize that these are the actors from the movie Straight Outta Compton. These two groups of friends, their worlds rarely crossed, although I crossed between the two worlds. And I noticed something very interesting as a young man, a young teenager. Both groups of friends, and I want to be clear here, both groups of friends, smoked marijuana pretty vigorously. My group of surfer friends did so openly and notoriously up and down the beach cities in Los Angeles and never encountered a single time law enforcement, ever. It was as if my white surfer friends had a get-out-of-jail-free card. You can break the law. At the time, marijuana was illegal in California. Conversely, my Polynesian and African American friends, we were stopped and harassed by law enforcement constantly. I have probably been laid flat on the ground 5 or 6 times in my life based on my association with black and brown people, which taught me as a young man that law enforcement enforces our laws differently, discriminatorily, in a way to control black bodies, in a way that allows white bodies to move freely, even when dealing in illegal activity. That alone influenced my career, my decision to be somebody, a lawyer, a law professor that would fight against injustice and that would fight against those discriminatory enforcements of the laws that on the books aren't discriminatory, but the way they're enforced are. My last narrative point is that I grew up educated in the Los Angeles Unified School District. You would think a place where you would learn progressive principles. I didn't learn anything about racism, law enforcement abuse, mass incarceration, anti-blackness in law enforcement and prison populations in school. My education came from hip hop. I learned that prison is like slavery organized, in the words of Chuck D in Public Enemy. I learned that we cast young black and brown people into prison for little to no reason. In the video, Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos by Public Enemy, I learned that the government and that systems and structures are definitely anti-black and racist and in need of reform. And so I brought a clip of Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos to share with you to just show how I was educated as a young person and how hip-hop influenced just one young person in Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and roll video.
Or you could say real rock from the rock, an unusual musical happening in a most unusual place. The state prison
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it and said they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn, I said never. Here's a land that never gave a damn about a brother like me and myself because they never did. I wasn't with it, but just that very minute it occurred to me. The suckers had authority. Cold sweating as I dwell in my cell. How long has it been? They got me sitting in a state pen. I gotta get out, but that thought was thought before. I contemplated a plan on the cell floor. I'm not a fugitive on the run, but a brother like me begun to be another one. Public enemy serving time, they drew the line, y'all. They criticized me for some crime. Nevertheless, they could not understand that I'm a black man, and I can never be a better.
So Dre, I'm from Florida. And the irony to me is that those legislators, those politicians, is actually proving the theory right. Right? I don't know if it's ever occurred to anyone else that this behavior, this kind of reactive response to what's happening socially, and almost this anger that the progress they thought we made had not actually been made, is actually proving critical race theory to be true. Rhapsody and David Banner, as esteemed hip-hop artists known for your authentic storytelling, how have you harnessed the power of narrative, a central component of both critical race theory and hip-hop, to change perspectives, promote social progress, and particularly amplify the voices of marginalized individuals and communities through music?
What's up, y'all? I mean, just to piggyback off that, to go into the question, they're so threatened because it's so powerful, right? What hip hop did was it always told you the truth and put it in the forefront. And especially when you have the power of social media mixed with that today, and we're the ones teaching your children the truth, that threatens everything that you've built, right? So I think that's a big part of the pushback. They know the power of education and what hip hop has always done with the message. When you think about hip hop, I think of hip hop as like the grandchild of Negro spirituals, right? When slaves were out in the field, we communicated with each other through song. Swing low, sweet chariot, come holler at me about 8 p.m. Y'all feel me? Right? And then you got, like David Banner said, rock and roll, and you got the storytelling of country. We told stories of that. Jazz ain't even have no words, but what Miles would do with that horn, right? So hip hop is like that. Like, you got all these elements that make hip hop, right? And it allowed us to tell our stories and be, the reporters of what we were living, what we were going through, what we saw. And that influenced me from a young age. MC Lyte was the first one I saw that made me want to rap. And the video and song that I saw, first you got song, then you got video with it. Oh boy, we on your neck, right? We on your neck real heavy. But it was Poor Georgie, right? And I was super young. I ain't know nothing about doing nothing with the boys, right? But she taught me like, yo, be careful when you out there, right? And it was so influential to me where I want to tell the story of how I grew up, what I see. I grew up in a super black home. Like for Christmas, some people watch Home Alone and The Christmas Story. My daddy watched The Roots. You feel every year. You know, so I always was aware. He always taught me to be aware and to be a voice for the voiceless, right? And so now that I make my music, I want to be as honest as that. Are there days I have celebratory music? Yeah. But I want to talk about really what we're going through, because we can't allow anybody else to tell our stories like we can tell our stories. I don't trust you with that narrative that you might put through a filter, you know what I'm saying, to tell it. So that's what it is. For example, when Trump was announced president that next morning, you know what I'm saying? I'm from North Carolina, right? And I remember that same year I was driving down the road and somebody called me a nigga that year. You know what I'm saying? I stopped in traffic. I stopped 3 lanes, right? It was just, you know, bad. But I remember the energy that next morning, like we wake up and in Greensboro, you got the Klan on the bridge and all that. So it inspired me to write how I was feeling, right? And I think that's just so important because, you know, these kids, they listen to us. They look up to us. And I understand the responsibility that comes with it. So we have to tell those narratives. But that's my answer.
How y'all doing? They gave us Obama-like it was gonna stop the fight, like it was gonna stop the cause. My folks still scraping, trying to find them some socks and drawers and something to eat. The IRS is coming, so I'm back on these beats. Barack push hope, Reagan push dope, Clinton push something down a young gal's. And since we talking about throats, white folks, what you know about ropes, white folks, what you know about trees, and men swinging from them that look like me. How they say that don't affect us. Tuskegee, how you let them infect us. It's fear of the black semen putting sage on the page to eradicate these demons. This for Tulsa, Oklahoma, this for Rosewood. I'll stop there. See, in studying critical race theory, I realized something. There's a direct connection between critical race theory, hip hop, rock and roll, and it's funny, the co-opting of them both is part of the problem. And what I'll ask you, especially the students, is why do we care so much about those who oppress all of us, about what they think? It's so funny. If you had a lion who was talking about what a hunter did to the lion, why would we care what the hunter thinks? Just like rock and roll. Rock and roll has roots in African people, the descendants of African people, and you never hear about that, nor do you ever see our faces when it comes to the history of hip hop. You better watch critical race theory, because the truth is, similar to what Mr. Bell said, is that we have to understand that racism will never go anywhere. And I always wonder when people talk about the comfortability of critical race theory when it comes to white people, well, I always ask white people, do you ever wonder how your history ever makes all of us feel every day of our damn lives? And when we talk about critical race theory, you cannot take out the race. Every other cross-section of people have their movements and have things that are for them. This is about race and what happens to us. I'll ask the students this. What is your mission statement? as it pertains to this world and it pertains to this earth. What happened to black people is racial. So if we're going to talk about equity, then it has to be based in race, because race is the reason why they did what they did to us in the first place. Hold on, I'm not done, because you might not clap when I say the next thing. Wait, listen to me, because this is very important. When people talk about equity, be very, very, very careful. Because having equity now means that you will freeze it where it is right now. And I don't want it to be the way that it is right now. It's not time for equity. They have to make things better, or you have to create your own. That's the part of Mr. Bell's outlook on critical race theory that people expunge. He said racism will never go anywhere, and if you truly want better, you have to create your own. So those of you all who are at this university and who are black, what are you going to do with this education? What is your plan? Is your plan for self, or is your plan for community? And that is not something that I want to hear out loud. That's something that you have to speak to in the God in yourself, or whatever you believe in. But what I'll tell you is, like, it's hard for me when I sit on these stages, because the truth is, in order for us to really have any radical change, it has to be taken. Nothing about America has been nice. When they came over here, they didn't say, hey, Native Americans, can we co-opt your land and live here with you? No, they kicked ass. So in order for you to be free, you're going to have to be a renegade. You're going to have to fight to be free. So the question that I will ask you is, do you want to truly free the slaves, or do you want your opportunity to hold the whip? That's on you.
Yeah, that transformation has to be radical. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop and consider the movement's remarkable journey from its grassroots origins to becoming a global cultural phenomenon, can you share your perspective on how hip-hop has evolved over the years? We're particularly interested in hearing your thoughts on its pervasive impact on many facets of mainstream U.S. culture, including fashion, language, politics, and popular culture. And we'll start with you, David.
Didn't let me rest from the last one. We have a tendency to be romantic when it comes to hip hop. What do we own? That's the question that I want to ask. When you look at hip hop as a structure, it is not owned by our people. Like, what systemic value do we get from hip hop? Yes, we do influence fashion and other aspects of international culture, but does it come back to our community? When you really look at it, white people control hip hop. And yes, you know, some conglomerates get some paper, some elite black people, but they asked in the back, what did we really want from hip hop? And I said, I want ownership. Like, to be honest with you, if we really want some systemic change for our people, we need water, we need land, we need to control our food sources. These are the types of conversations that I want to have. And I really think that we put too much and we give too much power to entertainment. Like, yes, I do want to entertain. Yes, I am proud of the fact that I'm able to hold my own on these stages. But when I go to CNN and I debate, they don't put me up against Kid Rock. They don't put me up against rock and roll groups. They put me up against doctors and lawyers. We have been socially engineered into the places that we are, and hip-hoppers are so smart that they call it trap music, because these children knew it was a trap. They know that they socially engineered us in these neighborhoods, and they built our neighborhoods that way, and they were intuitive enough to realize it and simply call it a trap. So in that, I'm saying, like, yeah, hip hop is cool, but if you look at the system as a whole, wherever it switches to, whoever hands it's given to, it perpetuates the same thing. And are we a part of that? Yes, we are a part of that. But we have a tendency to do the same thing that they're doing in critical race theory, is they're turning it on the victims. What can hip hop do? No. What can the state of Michigan do? What can they do about our water? That's what I want to know about, not some kids rapping, that's fine. We're talking about the residual effect of something that is so much greater. So in saying that, the answer is not on this stage. The answer is out there in the crowd, those children who want to be engineers, who are lawyers, who are doctors. But are you going to be a lawyer or a doctor for the system, or are you going to be a lawyer or a doctor for the innocent, is the question. And I really think, as much as I appreciate the question, it's so much bigger than hip hop. Hip hop is supposed to be a reflection of where we are as a culture. And I will say, and I'm not taking away from what was said on the video, but I think it is about the people. Because the people make the institutions, and without the institutions, without the people, the institutions would not be there. It is about the people, and the people have to change.
Man, please smile at me, man. I'm your balance, man. No, that's real. The evil that men do, everything that he said, you got to stand on that 100. And even just to like add context of example, like when we think about whose hands it in, when we think about when hip hop started in the Bronx in New York and what was going on, even the Zulu Nation, right? For example, the Zulu Nation was created, out of hip hop. It brought gang members together where it's like, we're not gonna fight, we're not gonna kill each other, we're gonna protect the community, we're gonna protect our elders, we're gonna protect the children, we're gonna keep drugs away from it. If we gotta fight, we're not using knives, we're not using guns, like, we're gonna get this cardboard, we're gonna dance it out, we're gonna get these DJ tables, we're gonna battle it out, we're gonna get this mic, we're gonna go over words. It was like, it was that, and that was the beauty of the culture, right? And you think about in 73 and late 70s when it started there and what we have now. And that's because of whose hands it is in. What is being pushed to the forefront for us in a mainstream level, right? If you know the culture is beautiful, right? It's balanced there. But when we talk about a mainstream level for people that don't know the culture and they learning hip hop through TV and radio, they're seeing a whole nother narrative from where it started at ground zero, right? And even like, let's talk about the 90s, the influence of hip hop. I think music always drives movements, right? And we think about, hip hop in the 90s, it was so cool to be smart. You were whack if you was dumb. Even if you was on the street, you had the 5%ers, whatever. Busta Rhymes told me this out of his mouth. He was like, yo, like I was a young boy and the boys on the corner would teach me. They taught me about the 5% Nation. It was cool to be smart. And think about what happened during that era. You got different world. It's just black empowerment, right? And then something happened. A lot of people don't know about the Harvard report. I know about the Harvard report where, there were a group of students at Harvard. There was a music exec that got these students together and they had them to do research, Chitlin Circuit, right? We had the money in our own communities. We had our own radio stations. We had mom and pop stores, right? That's how we got music and messages to each other. And it's like, how can we infiltrate that, right? And now you look at what hip hop is today, Prison to Pipeline, through the music. A lot of the messages, frequency is important, right? And that's how, and we see how influential hip hop is, like you say, the politics. Jay-Z helped Obama get elected. Hip hop was a direct, P. Diddy with Vote or Die. or, you know, even the way we dress and our style, you know, the way we look, we have people that aren't even of the culture that take it from us and claim it as their own. They lay in their edges and call it as something else, you know what I'm saying? They got Mael sold out everywhere. I don't even understand, right? You know, so it's so influential that you got people that want to infiltrate it and use it to whatever purpose they are to uphold these systems that are created to hold us down. And, you know, that's the impact of the culture and why we're so powerful and why a lot of people that shouldn't have control of it die to have control of it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You want to say something?
I do want
know
to
you
say
do.
something. I want to say how proud I am of Rhapsody, and I want to honor her in front of you all, and I don't think we do this enough. The people backstage know this, but Rhapsody is a friend of mine. She isn't just another rapper and we happen to know each other. We are personal friends, and what she's doing in hip hop and what she's standing for means more than I can express. And I think it's our responsibility to make sure that we support, we defend, and we get behind this queen because she's a light. And whether she knows it or not, other people are looking at you as an example of how to be. Because we take these kids from impoverished areas and ask them to debate against Congress. I debated against Congress on that hill and won. Not that we shouldn't be that smart, but we get fractions of pennies now. We don't even really get paid anymore. And they put more and more responsibility on hip hop. And so what this young lady has on her shoulders and what she's been able to do with it, I just want y'all to please, if you don't mind, give her a stand for her and give her a round of applause.
I love this man with all my heart, but I really, it's we. It takes a village. It takes a nation of millions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to do this because I have family like you that continue to guide me and support me and even show this is not an easy path to walk. We had this conversation. This is a difficult path to walk, to stand on what's true and what's righteous and what's honest. And you need people beside you just to keep you going. And I thank David Banner for being that. And the things you see how militant and radical this man is, like, that ain't easy. It ain't easy. So, man, a round of applause to you, brother.
I want to tell y'all something really quick that we discussed on our way coming up here. When we were preparing for this speech, there were a group of, what I would say, politicians when they were running for president who offered me a lot of money to represent them. And I believe to say that you are a Republican or a Democrat without knowing what they stand for or what's their platform, I am for the descendants of Africans. That's what I'm for. I'm for black people, and I don't care where that comes from. It can come from an alien. I think we have a tendency to fall into these groups without knowing what they're offering us. And I never forget how much money these people offered me, and I told them no. And I could have honestly just got on stage and say, hey, I'm David Banner, you know, I'm running with them. But it just didn't answer to my soul or with my soul. And I'm speaking more to the students because the students are the ones that I care about. You all the ones that are the future. Hey to everybody else, it's cool. But don't run away from your spirit. Don't run away from those things that your grandparents taught you. Those are the things that we're going to have to get back to. I told somebody recently that you're going to have to believe in your morals the same way that you believe in God. And I say that because you don't see God, but you know that God is there if you believe in that. And it's the same way. If you have morals and standards or something that your parents taught you or something that your culture taught you, stick to them, because you're probably not going to see them in America's society for a while. And you're going to have to stand on them even if you're the only one. And the reason why I wanted to honor Rhapsody is because I know she doesn't see a lot of herself in a lot of other people. And so I want you to say, sister, to stand on what you believe in, and you have somebody that supports you and that'll be there. All right, we can go ahead.
I was just going to take a quick moment and try and discuss the trajectory of the very inspiring things that we've just heard, which is this. KRS-One talked about hip-hop as edutainment, education and entertainment. I think to the ownership point and to the realistic narrative point, it's so critical that those things imbue who we are and what we do. And the critical thing here is that very few of us are going to be Grammy-nominated or award-winning rappers. Most of us in this room are going to work. They work, but we're going to do work, right? We're going to be educators, we're going to be lawyers, we're going to be doctors, we're going to be laborers, we're going to be service members. If you take the messages of hip-hop and let those imbue what you do in a way that can lead in your communities, in your classrooms, in your workplaces, then you can truly be hip-hop. And even if hip-hop is corporately owned today, we can begin to break that down. We can start record labels, we can start we can be what we want to be if we allow these messages that hip-hop presents to us to be how we learn and educate and turn ourselves into our futures. And that's true for all of the students and for the rest of us that have been in life. We can continue to do good work as we let hip-hop teach us the lessons that we are not learning in other places.
And that ownership piece for me also speaks to a question that I've had and grappled with since I was young, actually. And there was this debate happening in the New York Times about the use of the N-word, right? So we've had 30 years of using the N-word incessantly in hip-hop. And I've been grappling with, is that because of ownership issues, right? And then it seems like the return on the impact hasn't really yielded enough capital in terms of political capital, community capital, aspirational capital for Black people. So that's another piece of the puzzle of the ownership. Would ownership then mean that, like, we'd stop using the N-word less in hip-hop? Just saying.
Well, this is what I'll tell you. Excuse me, and I don't want to upset you. Say the N-word in front of me and don't be Black. I'll show you the gangster rap part of hip-hop. I think that's something that we have to deal with internally, and I don't think that's something that should be talked about or debated about in front of other races of people. I think we have a tendency of as Black people of working our traumas and the things that happen to us in front of other people, and it's viewed as entertainment. That's something that we need to work out and then have a unified front once we agree on it. But the real truth is, and again, it's happening on this stage. Africans didn't get off of those boats, or natives didn't come over here with the word nigger. That was given to us by y'all. So in saying that, however we work it out, it's something that we picked up from the people who accosted us or who took us. So like we end up again pointing fingers at the victims of racism, and we are too afraid to say the problem with this world is not the N-word, it's not rap, but in a lot of cases, old white men. But that's where you get your money from, and that's the person who signs your checks. And we're really afraid to piss them off. And that really means that making them happy is more important than your freedom. So we'll get on stage when we're supposed to be talking about critical race theory and start talking about the fact that we call ourselves a word that you all gave us. Let's go! And I said backstage, sometimes we get so smart that it's really simple. I asked the white lady when Mike Brown was murdered, and we must say the word murdered, if he was white, would the same thing happen? She said no. And I said, well, why won't you just do the same exact thing that you do for white kids, for black children? That's easy. will.i.am said yesterday, it was so powerful. You have a basketball goal in every school in America for the most part. Why not put a robotics program? It's that simple. It's not really that hard. If white people truly want to stop racism, they can, and they would if it affected them the same way that it affected their children. And until we admit that, we're wasting our time. We can get back to breakdancing if that's the case.
So we have one last question. In the spirit of Curtis Blow and Nas's If I Rule the World, what is your greatest hope for hip-hop's next 50 years? And I'd like each of you to answer it. And I'm going to start with you, Rhapsody.
Okay. Man, it's always such a tough question. I could just give a piece, and I said this backstage. Just the power of hip hop, and I think education is one thing. So for me, as a part of it, it's only a piece. I would love to see hip hop and education. Hip hop in schools, hip hop teaching. I'm a board member for this group called Reading with the Rapper out of Houston, Texas. And what they do is they take lyrics from rappers and they teach ELA for kids who are behind in reading. And the statistics of what that does, like they show me the numbers and I was just blown away, right? Alliteration, similes, metaphor, comprehension, creative writing, and just what that does on a reading scale. Add that to history, add that to math, add that to politics. It's just such a powerful art form to teach us. And again, like I say, we always gonna tell the truth. So that's one way I think, hip hop can continue to grow and educate and expand and make us more powerful people. Banner?
If hip hop is really supposed to do, or if hip hop did what it was supposed to do, then it was supposed to be a reflection of our people. And if it's a reflection of our people, I think we have to find the God in self. And in finding the God in self, you will realize that there is no one coming to save you but you. And if that's the case, that we have to police ourselves. We have to educate ourselves. We have to get control of those things that we praise. Like I have to be honest with you. True freedom is water, land, educating yourself, providing for yourself. And I just want hip hop to come back home. I want hip hop to find its base again. And I want to be clear about something. There is a pressure in hip hop that I don't think is fair. Life is not all positive and life is not all negative. I always told people if rap became all positive, I'd go back to gangster rap music. Because we needed to talk about the police. Wasn't any problem with any one rap group, it's just when it was mechanized against our people. White people are able to make horror stories every day. And then you look at the people who make horror movies and say, well, hey, he makes great horror movies. It's just a reflection of certain aspects of culture. The only thing that hip hop really needs is some balance. That's all. And if we were honest about the fact that they push certain artists a different way than they push other artists, and if we would be honest about that, then I think we could bring some balance. You know, I just want hip hop to come back home and for hip hop to get some balance and for us to just create from a space of creating and not creating from a space of trying to make money. Because the money will come if you create in the right way. And the thing that I'll say in closing to anyone who aspires to be an artist, and they always ask me, what would I do? All you have to do is to convince the world that you are the person that they need to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. No one will ever beat you being you.
As the non-artist on the stage, I am a child of hip-hop. Hip-hop deeply influenced my upbringing, my belief system, what I knew and learned in fundamental ways. And I want to be very clear, I am just a random person from Los Angeles, California that had a little bit of a vision that I might be able to make my way in the world, influenced by hip-hop in a way that could be potentially influential and hopefully. So in 2012, for the first time in American law schools in the United States, I offered a course called Hip Hop and the American Constitution. This class is taken by students where we take hip hop seriously. We listen to the revolutionary messages of hip hop. We imagine a world where the laws and policies in this country would be transformed into those that hip hop would support. Some of my students have become legislators, leaders, educators themselves. If you're a student at the University of Michigan Law School, go into your administration and say, I want a class on hip hop and the American Constitution. Let me get that. Let me be educated in that way. Again, as just a random person influenced by hip hop, several years ago I helped found a 501c3 in the state of Arizona called Abolish Private Prisons. We have sued private prison owners in the state of Arizona, and we are currently in front of the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, arguing that for-profit incarceration is unconstitutional. I don't tell you that to self-aggrandize. I tell you that to share with you that as a random human being, you can be influenced by hip-hop and make a difference. And the final thing that I want to mention, and I hope that my IT folks can cue up this video. When we think about Ladies First, Queen Latifah and Monie Love, when we think about Fight the Power, Public Enemy, Chuck D, Flavor, and the Crew, these folks were 18 and 19 years old when they had this influence. I would like to cue Ladies First, please.
Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman could bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme. Can you relate to a sister's open up to make you holler and scream?
Hey, yo, let me take it from here, queen.
My final word is simply this. Decide today that you are going to go out and be hip-hop and make your difference. However that is, in whatever ways you can literally be a part of foundationally changing the world.
Please join me in thanking all of our panelists. But we have a very special treat for you as well. Rhapsody is going to perform for us.
Take it away, DJ.
That ain't my song, but this is now. This for show. Let them know. Here I go. Reservoir.
Thank y'all so much for having us.
That was them. This is me. This is King. You ain't know. You ain't know.
That's Crit from Mississippi. That's your people. Our people. I was about to correct myself. Yeah. Y'all can stand up. We ain't got to sit down. Let's make it really hip hop out here. Where my ladies at? Give it to me now. Yo. They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get her. Count the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get her. Count the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. They gon' make a sister act up. Angela Bassett. Blow the whole car up. I ain't even gassing. I'ma go worldwide. I'ma go NASA. Yeah, the arms strong. You can get it if you. They gon' make me go tap into my ratchet. I'ma go left eye when I get the matches. I'ma hit the. I ain't even gon' pass it. My girl's pulling up. If you ever want static, rapping is savage. I don't bet malice, but I go crazy. Then you try to go off like Cardi. Don't talk about my baby. I ain't know, but I might go crazy. Chicks don't faze me. I'm just like Beyonce. I ain't feeling you like I ain't feeling new Kanye. Wish you would like I want new Andre back on the block. Hey. They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get her. Cut the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get her. Cut the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. They gon' make a sister act up. I'm left eye with the matches. Light it up like a backwood. Make me call the whole hood. Go weird like I'm Dracula. Still in all black. I'm a rapper's rapper. Feel like Urlacher. Bang on the block. Shoot like KD if you ever take a shot. Been big alive when my team got the rock. Been groove for the thong. I ain't have to tie knot, don't back it up. Y'all talk a lot. I spot feel like polka dot. Pot tripping, better tie up your laces, boy. I ain't talking 50 Cent or the homie dot. I'm cracking up. Is this all you got? Is this all you got? Hey, is this all you got? Yeah. I'm chill, peace, but y'all still talking crazy. Don't get my good vibes confused, I go West Coast crazy. Lawyer money, I got lawyer money, I might need Viola Davis. I don't know what y'all thought it was, but I'll show you better than I say it. You make a sister act out, you bout to hear my big mouth. Don't make me get the trap house, got me laughing out loud, ha. Laughing out loud, ha. Laughing out loud, ha. Laughing out loud, They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get a bag. Count the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. They gon' make a sister act up. Turn my attitude back up. Get a bag. Count the money up. Call the girls up for back up. Yeah. Hey. Nah, I appreciate y'all. This is an amazing experience. Thank you so much. Oh! You went out into the crowd. You so real. That's so hip hop. Banner, you want to say something? You want to spit something, Banner? No. What's good, Banner? I want to hear from you, Banner.
Listen. I'm not rapping right now, but what I do want to say is that I'm proud of you all, especially those of you all who go out every day and try to make it. I'm sitting up on this stage. I have no idea the things that are going through my mind and that's going through my heart. Right now, this world is crazy.
we walk around and act like it. We're on the verge of war. We are on the verge of just the fabric of America being torn apart. But what I do want to tell you all is that it's an opportunity for change. It's an opportunity to change the world for the better if we stand up and really, really want to do something right. And what I'll say to the university is, in order for you all to make some real changes, there's some very uncomfortable conversations that we're going to have. And if you really want those conversations to mean something, y'all gonna have to turn them damn cameras off and really get to opening up your hearts, telling that you either don't know about what's going on, you don't understand, or why is this happening, but to act like you don't, things are not happening to especially these children, then you're fooling yourself and everybody else. My name is David Banner. I'm from the mighty state of Mississippi. Thank you.
Talk my Stu Scott. Excuse me on my Tupac. Keep your head up, when did you stop? Love and die. Color of your skin, color of your eyes. That's the real blues, baby, like you meant James, baby.
I can't do much to follow those wise words except to say thank you for the wisdom, thank you for the discourse, thank you for the challenge, the push, and for those of you who are here in person and those who are live streaming, please let something about the words in the discussion today be a part of your thinking, reflection, agreement, disagreement, and also challenge to move forward. Thank you all very much for coming and participating and streaming in today, and let's do this.
Hey, hold on, one more thing. I always forget to do this. Make sure that if y'all want to support, go by davidbanner.com. Thank you.